Hey guys, I'm Benjamin, also known as Taz, and you are watching another video of The Guide. And at The Guide, we don't only cover the fancy skill moves, flashy techniques and stuff which is totally overpowered and will destroy your opponent, but instead we also want to cover the basics, the fundamentals of FIFA, because they are also incredibly important, because without them you won't be able to apply all the advanced concepts. And we want you to understand the game. And today we talk about passing, and obviously passing is a key of playing FIFA, and as you might have noticed, it's much harder in FIFA 19. The players make more errors at passes, and in this video we want to explain why these errors happen. What are the factors that influence the success rate and accuracy of your passes? So learn how to set up a pass properly in this video, and we are going to follow it up with more videos about passing as part of the guide. So for example, how to play safe build-up play, how to initiate a counter-attack, or how to create chances. And if you like this approach, make sure to subscribe to our channel, activate the bell to not miss any of the upcoming videos. And now we are going to start with the basics of passing. The first factor which influences the success rate of your passes is maybe also the biggest one. It's the direction that your player is looking to and the direction that you want to pass to. The angle between these two directions should be as small as possible, because otherwise the pass will lose accuracy and also power. As you can see in this situation, it's straightforward. Varane is looking to the top and Ramos is slightly to the right, so no problem at all. But now we come to the next pass, and at the moment Ramos is looking to the left and I want to pass to Nainggolan, which is in the exact opposite. It's a 180-degree angle, and this is a very hard pass for Ramos because the angle between these two directions is as bad as possible. And this will increase the error of your pass. What does this mean? Your pass, for example, will go in that direction or maybe in that direction. And sometimes the pass will also be with less power. So now you can see the result. The pass was not directly to Nainggolan, but especially it was not very powerful, so it was easy to intercept for the opponent. So what should I have done better? I should have taken another touch with Sergio Ramos, set him up in the direction that he's looking to the top, and then when I pass to the right, it's a 90-degree angle. And this is what the players can handle easily. Passing angles which are less than 90 degree, and if you go beyond that, it gets complicated and increases the error. So here we have another example, and I try it one more time. I want to pass to a player which is standing in my back. It's beyond a 90-degree angle, so this is a very hard pass. And in this case, it's not that the error of the direction is huge of the pass, but instead, as you can see, the pass is very slow. And I just wanted to point that out because here you don't take the extra touch and set up a proper pass, because you want to speed up your game as fast as possible. You want to get forward with the pass. But instead, you get to the opposite, you slow down your game and in the end lose the ball. The next factor goes somewhat in the same direction because it also corresponds with taking touches. It's about control, and it's not only ball control but control in general. Control of the ball but also the player itself. He has to be in balance, and the control usually increases the more good touches you take with the ball. And if this is not the case, you will have the same issues. Your pass will be less accurate and less powerful. In this example, I tried to pass on a bouncing ball. Nothing too spectacular, but still the pass is very slow and gets intercepted. Stuff like that happens if your player doesn't have very good control over the ball. So here, as usual, I should have taken an extra touch, get more control over the ball and then play on. But it's not only about bouncing balls or ball control, but also about balance and also composure of your player. How much control does he have about the situation? And opponent players can also influence this. As you can see here, my opponent starts to get to my center back, and even though the pass is not too hard, my player starts to struggle, loses somewhat balance and also control of the pass, and this leads to an intercepted pass. Opponent players come in as a factor for itself because obviously they can intercept your passes, and your players do know that, so sometimes they will automatically try to correct their passes to avoid the opponent players in the passing lanes, but they don't do it always for the good. When you take a look at this example, the pass seems to be straightforward because the angle between the direction that the player is looking and that he wants to pass to is very low, and also the player has a lot of ball control, so the pass is easy, right? No, obviously not, because my player is about to block the passing lane, and sometimes my player will intercept the pass, sometimes it will go through, and some other times the direction of the pass will be slightly changed to avoid my player. And this makes it harder for the passing receiver to get to the ball. So you can see an immediate influence of the opponent players on the passes. So you should try to avoid to play passes in which the opponent players are about to block the passing lanes. And this gets easier when you try to do the input of the pass when your player is also able to do the pass. This sounds a little bit complicated, but I guess it will be more understandable when we take a look at this example. At this moment, I did the input for the through pass to Mbappé, as you can see in the bottom right corner, and everything looks alright. Mbappé is not offside, so there wouldn't be a problem if Perisic is able to play the pass immediately. But as you can see, he continues to just run and doesn't play the pass immediately, and therefore at the moment when he's playing the pass, Mbappé is offside and I was not really able to take advantage. Here I have to say, for me it wasn't really understandable why it took so long for Perisic to play the pass, but I guess it illustrates very well that your player is not going to play the pass immediately when you do the input for the pass. But instead it depends on when the player is going to have the next ball contact, and this is depending on, for example, balance, or if your player is running or jogging. Understanding this concept that it comes down to ball contacts in FIFA is very important, and the implications of this are everywhere. That's why we're going to have a dedicated video for this as part of the guide. Let's take a look at another example. Here my opponent is taking a turn with Hazard, and even though Hazard has high agility and high balance, it's going to take some time before he's going to have the next ball contact after taking a turn because he's off balance. But you can see he already did the input for the pass, and you can see me with Smalling, I don't even try to get to the ball, but instead I'm going to try to cut the passing lane. So when my opponent would have waited for the input of the pass, he would have been able to see that I tried to block the passing lane and not try to get to the ball. He wouldn't have gone for the pass and wouldn't have lost the ball. By the way, intercepting passes like that works the best when you use the jockey defend, and we will have a tutorial video about this as well as part of the guide. So now you learned a lot about the factors that influence the accuracy, but also how powerful your passes are. And you should always keep them in mind when you're setting up your passes. You should always think about the passing angles and how much control your player is having about the ball and the situation. And you usually increase these factors by taking extra touches. For example, take some more touches to get in another direction to get a better passing angle to your teammate. Or take some more touches to get more control of the ball. And if something goes wrong now and you play a bad pass, you now understand what was wrong. Alright, the passing angle was not good, therefore the pass was not very powerful. Or okay, my player didn't have a lot of control of the ball or was under pressure of the opponent, that's why the pass was so bad. By taking some extra touches and setting up your passes, you also gather more information for your next action. At this example, it worked out very well for me to wait for my action. I was passing to my right back, and at this moment I was deciding whether I should do a one-touch pass to Nainggolan or should I just receive the pass and wait. And I thought Matuidi is not really a threat for me at the moment, so I can wait and see what is he doing. Is he trying to get to my right back, or is he trying to cut the passing lane? And as you can see, he was trying to cut the passing lane, and by just receiving the ball, I was able to keep the ball and continue playing with a lot of space. So sometimes it's not only about setting up the pass correctly, but also deciding whether you should play the pass at all. For passing in general, it's all about finding the right balance for your actions, because it's not possible to set up every pass in a perfect way with some extra touches, because A, your opponent won't give you the time that you need for this, he will put you under pressure, and B, if you take always the extra touches, set up the perfect pass, you give your opponent too much time to react, and he can defend every action that you take. So you have to see in what kind of situations it's necessary to set up a proper pass, and usually this is in the build-up play with your defense, and when maybe to play a bad pass, a risky pass, but the reward is that you create a very good chance by it. And here come also the attributes of the players in play, because the key attributes for passing are short passing, long passing and vision, and they are usually higher for the midfielders and attackers than for the defenders. And this means that with the players that have higher attributes on passing, you can get away with a worse setup for the pass. So finding the right balance is definitely tricky, and we would like to help you with that. So we are going to follow up this video with more videos about passing. We're going to show you the different techniques that are available and when they are the most useful, and we're also going to go in more detail with the different situations. So for example, how to play a safe build-up play or how to create chances, and going to introduce you to some concepts which will help you to find solutions for these situations. Make sure to check out the video description to see if any of these videos is already available or other videos of the guide. Also find information about our private coaching with elite or top 100 players. And I hope this video was helpful for you. If this is the case, please leave a thumbs up and also share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe and also activate the bell. Thanks for your attention. Keep a clean sheet. I'm out.